Hello there. Today we're going to look at Escape by Rupert Holmes. This is popularly known as the Pina Colada song. I like this song because it has a repeated chord pattern that really pushes the song forward by emphasizing the 5-1 transitions to new keys. I also really like the lyrics in this song. The chords that we'll need for this song are an F major chord, an A minor chord, a G chord, a G7 chord, a C chord. Now we'll need another C chord as well. This is called a C over E chord. But if you can't manage that because of the big stretch, a regular C chord will sound okay as well. Then we'll also need a different looking G chord. Same thing here, if you can't manage that one, just a regular G will do okay as well. And a C7 chord. To break down the strum pattern, it is felt in quavers or eighth notes. So that would be counted 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So that would sound like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Really, really slowly. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Let's have a look at the chord progression now. I'm going to break this down into two parts because it's a strum pattern repeated twice. But the chords change on the second time. So we'll have a look at the chords for the first half now. So it starts off on the F, then it'll go to the A minor, and then it'll go to the G. So that would sound like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Slowly again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Then would go to the F again and the G7. Altogether, that would sound like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Sounds a little silly slowed down, so I'm going to play it a little bit faster. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Let's take a look at the second half. So from that G7, we land onto the C. Then that goes up to the C over E we were looking at earlier, and the G. So that would sound like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. One more time slowly. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Then that would fall down onto the C again. Then we get the C7. So the whole second half together, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. One more time, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now let's hear the whole strum pattern together. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Strum pattern a little bit faster. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now, let's put this into a little bit of context. If you like pina coladas and getting caught in the rain, if you're not into yoga, and if you have half a brain, if you like making love at midnight in the dunes of the cave, I'm the love that you look for. Write to me and escape. After each of the choruses, there's this great instrumental lead line, which actually sounds pretty cool on the ukulele because the G and the A strings are only tuned a tone apart. So we can get these really cool cascading runs. So that first part would be played by just playing the open G string, open A string, the 5th fret on both strings, and then up to the 10th fret on the A string. And then the response would be the 10th fret of the G string to the 7th fret of the A string, then an open G string. So that whole line . Now the second time through starts on the 5th fret, goes all the way up to the 12th fret, then back to the 10th fret on the A string. Then we have the same shape again with the 10th fret of the G string and the 7th fret of the A string. Then we need to change to our 3rd finger to go to the 5th fret of the G string. The second part would sound like . In the last chorus, they bring the melody from the instrumental section to go alongside the singer. It's mostly the same, except there are a couple of different endings, and there's one lead-in which is a little different as well. So that ending would look like this. The 10th fret of the G string and the 7th fret of the A string. Then we go down to the 9th fret of the G string and the 8th fret of the A string. And then the 10th fret of the A string. So that would sound like . In context. Now the different ending looks like this. So we're starting on the 12th fret, and instead of starting on the G string, we're actually starting on the A string, and goes back to the 7th fret, A, G again, then the 10th fret of the A string. Now that should keep you covered. If you found this video useful, consider subscribing to keep up to date with the latest releases. There's also a backlog of other videos which you could check out as well. If you wanted to see some videos of myself performing, there should be a link somewhere around my head.